Friends, there's a very simple rule. If you don't want to have huge problems, keep your hands to yourself. Today's video is brought to you by the generosity of Newbold targets. Newbold targets are self-sealing reactive polymer targets that act like steel targets for training and practice, but are safer than steel. They allow bullets to pass completely through the target without ricochet or lead splatter. Check out their links in the description and thank them for bringing us today's video. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Savannah, Georgia in the United States. Here we're going to see a waitress who is assaulted by a man who's walking by, but she ain't having it. So this waitress is just putting away some menus. We're gonna see a guy come up behind her and just reach out and fondle her butt, and that is sexual battery, and she's not having it. She grabs the guy, horse collars him there and scolds him, and then tells her fellow employees to call the cops. The cops came and looked at the security footage, arrested him for sexual battery. I think it's pretty amazing how quickly she responded and defended herself. You know, if you like training in self-defense, I hope you know that we have more than just the main channel here on Active Self-Protection. Go join us on Active Self-Protection Extra and follow us on Facebook and Instagram and even Twitter to get more about defending yourself and your family every day. Out of this particular lesson, I want to think about some significant lessons involving a willingness to defend yourself, that attitude of a self-defender. Secondly, I want to talk about the standard of response and whether or not her actions were appropriate. Big hint, they were. So much to think about out of this one, and I've already seen some comments online that, she invited this with her dress and, oh, she's wearing skimpy clothes so that she got what she wanted. Absolutely not. Let's just say from the absolute start, I don't care if she was standing there naked. None of that gives you the right to touch someone, especially touch them sexually, without their permission or without their consent. Friends, this is 2018. We know better than this. You are not allowed to put your hands on someone at any time, and I don't care what they're wearing. I don't care if they're flashing a neon sign. You cannot do that without their consent. She can wear anything she wants, and he has to control his hands and his heart. Now, you look over here, and he said originally, go read the news story, that it was accidental touch. Hogwash. This wasn't him brushing by with the outside of his hand. He had turned his hand around so that he could grab her butt. And friends, that is a gross and aggravated misdemeanor in the state of Georgia. This is what they call sexual battery. And this is very serious stuff. He can be imprisoned for over a year for this. Keep your hands to yourself. You are not allowed to touch someone else, especially in a sexual manner, because this is a sexual battery. Now, it's not rising to the level of felony in Georgia, but it is very, very serious. And I am actually glad that within her, she said, no, that's not okay, because this is grossly inappropriate stuff. Now, I have seen other people as well that say, oh, well, this is a second assault. She assaulted him. No, she's restraining him here. She has the right to check that assault and to say, no, wait a minute, you come back here. You cannot do that to me. That was not okay. This is not an assault, friends. This is self-defense. This is her saying, dude, you can't do that. In effect, what she's doing is effecting an arrest on him and holding him so that he has to be accountable for his actions. That's not assault. That is defending herself. And can you do that? Yes. Now, that said, I think it was dangerous because this guy is bigger and stronger. If he decided he wasn't having that from her, she weighs 115 pounds is what the interview that I've linked in the description says. And even though that's pretty good technique, man, she's got a little head and arm there, and she's got him off balance and she throws him down. If he had gotten angry and decided that he wanted to pummel her for the offense of calling him out on his assault, there's not a whole lot that she would have been able to do about it until a bunch of the employees come in. So I think that it was great of her to be able to call that guy out, to get who he was. And this guy actually was arrested in front of his wife and children for doing this stuff. And this is the kind of lecherous behavior that we have to stop in our world, friends. She did. I think that's great attitude. Maybe some forethought in advance that says, you know what, maybe, roughhousing with this guy is a great way to get hurt. Maybe she felt like she had enough friends around, but I'm going to give her an A+ for attitude. I'm going to give her an A for skills, maybe a little bit of help with the plan, but she covered her ass.